Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a comic haul, so let's get right into it. First off, I picked this up yesterday from my comic book store for $1. Dark Knight Returns, and Chapter 1 or whatever, for $1. It comes with DC Comics Essentials, and in the back is kind of a catalog of all their shit. But it's pretty cool. I actually don't own any real issues from this, and I've actually never read it in whole, so I'm pretty interested. I like how the art's very dark and then with a lot of whites in it too. It looks pretty nice. So that is the first comic I picked up. Next up, I got Paul Bunks Preview Dr. Mirage. I haven't read this yet. Valiant first preview edition thing. Pretty neat looking. I don't know. I don't read a ton that's outside of Marvel and DC in the way of new comics. Quantum and Woody, haven't read this yet, or I have read this one. Looks kind of interesting, but I don't care all that much, to be honest. Oh, and as a side note, before I continue, I actually just picked this up too. Awesome Mix Volume 1 from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's in my car right now, the actual CD. Very good album, has a lot of cool songs. Hooked on a Feeling's really good. Just every song on here is just really good. It's pretty fun to listen to in the car to accompany a really good movie, really good soundtrack. So I highly recommend this actually. It's $10. I think it's only available at Walmart. Definitely worth picking up. I saw it in an ad and I'm like, I gotta get that. I also picked up like 200 bags and boards if you're wondering, but most of these aren't bagged or boarded yet because I haven't gotten around to it. But the Summer Fall portfolio for DC Direct, or collectibles now. Pretty cool looking. You can actually see this Batman, the animated series one. They're doing an animated series thing, and it's pretty interesting. They're doing like that DC Universe Classics type joints, showing that the DC Direct articulation has actually been getting a lot better since back in the day. The problem, and the reason I don't buy these figures, when there are a lot of cool looking figures here, I can't shell out $25 for a figure. I just, nope. So I'll buy them at conventions when they're cheap. However, that Red Robin I'm probably going to get first day because I love Red Robin. He's cool. And I don't have a Red Robin. DC New 52 or not. Not DC New 52. Either way, I do not have one. Next up, I visited Barnes & Noble for the Batman 75th Anniversary celebration, and I got Detective Comics 27, Remake Edition, New 52, which really isn't accurate here, but it is DC. But, as you can see, they reprint the original one, and then they go on to do somewhat of a remake, written by, I think, Brad Meltzer, who did Identity Crisis, and Brad Meltzer's Decoded on the History Channel. Fun fact. Great issue. Always fun to own Detective Comics 27. I have the miniaturized reprint that came with the toy, and I have it in graphic novel several times, but I think that's the first real comic book edition, standard size comic edition I actually own of that. So, right. I'm trying to divide these between what I've read and haven't read. Next, Flash 31. Very cool cover. Pretty fun issue. Flash is pretty fun right now. Pretty good book overall. 31, and I have read that. 32 I haven't gotten around to reading yet, but it looks pretty cool. You can see it's kind of the bombshell type cover, like what they've been doing lately, the bombshells, with a more 40s classic drive-in Flash. Big belly burger, pretty cool. I actually have bagged and boarded some of these. The first wave of books I picked up for my new books, but the new some of them I haven't. Flash 33, pretty cool. I actually think I have read this one on mistake out of order. Yeah, I did read this one. It was a little confusing because I read them out of order, but I totally forgot to read number 32. But 33 is pretty good. Very nice. Continuing on, Batman and Robin, or Batman and Frankenstein in this case, The Hunt for Robin. Right before Batman and Robin started, or it became Batman and Robin again with Batman Requiem starting it, or Robin Requiem? Robin Rises something? Requiem? I don't know. Where I'm getting Requiem, I don't know. Might be right, might be wrong. But Batman and Frankenstein team up to help find Damien's corpse. It's going to be interesting to see if we're actually going to see the return of Damien or if he's going to stay dead. Either way is going to make for interesting plot turns in the Batman and series. Batman and Ra's al Ghul. Not really and Ra's al Ghul, it's more like Batman versus Ra's al Ghul, but whatever. He's kind of trying to destroy Ra's al Ghul. And then number 33, Batman and Robin. Of course, a lot of these are doing the Batman 75-year month for the 33s, so you can see a very cool classic Batman Silver Age with the Dick Grayson Robin down there. And they're stopping a train robbery. Really cool. And on to my actual Batman issues. 31 for standard Batman. These are the last few parts of Zero Year. Very cool cover of Batman. Zero Year was very exciting and is now concluded. But it was very cool. I loved it. Riddler taking over Gotham and all the crazy stuff that happens behind that. Actually, I have to divide these between the ones I've read and didn't. Wasn't thinking. I'm not doing a good job on this video. My bad. My bad. Oops. I just get excited and I go through all the books too fast. Next 32, of course, still Zero Year, but it has that nice Bombshells cover, sort of like they did with Flash. 32 and 33 both kind of did themes, the Bombshells, and here we have the more standard Batman theme, so you can see Batman fighting Scarecrow, Riddler, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Joker, Clayface, Two-Face, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn, and of course Man-Bat's in the background. But in reality it's Zero Year, and it's the final chapter with him fighting Riddler. Very cool. Have read that one. And finally, the final issue, or not finally, but next, the final issue of Nightwing, number 30. Very cool ending to this. I don't know really what I think about Grayson so far. Just the idea of the book doesn't excite me all that much. You know, you're just kind of putting him in a James Bond situation. And I don't think it'll last very long because people want Nightwing. Especially with the absence of Robin currently. I also don't want an absence of Nightwing. We have Red Robin and Red Hood, but really, we don't have a huge Robin kick being fulfilled. Or my huge Robin Nightwing kind of family of characters. But, you know, Red Robin's pretty cool in Teen Titans right now. Next up, we got Wolverine number 1. I got this for 50 cents. You can see there. The reason it's a newer issue and only 50 cents is because it is minorly defective and they couldn't sell it for the full price new. I think it's based in this corner. But for a lot of these newer issues, they're so overprinted that they're never going to be worth anything. So to save $3.50 on a new book just for read is a good deal to me. Next up, I picked these up from Half Price Bookstore. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 12 for $1. Pretty cool. I really like the covers and artwork in these books. Yeah, very nice. 12. They're trying to kind of unite Starfire's planet, sort of doing stuff there. Next we got 13. You can see Starfire and Blackfire. They're fighting people. And then 14. I got all these for $1, of course. I really do, this book's pretty nice actually. Not this one specifically, but I mean Red Hood in general. I didn't really read it, but I mean, I really do like Jason Todd and Red Hood and Red Arrow, Speedy, Arsenal, whatever you want to call him. He's Arsenal in this, but he uses his Red Arrow gear. It's pretty cool. I like how Jason Todd's a little more sane in this as compared to Pre-52. But it's kind of cool to revisit those characters, especially on a monthly basis now. You can. And this is a series I've kind of been neglecting, which is kind of a shame. I might start picking up some more of these. But Arsenal 2 is really cool because he was just a carbon copy of Dick Grayson up to fairly recently, when Neil Adams and Dennis O'Neil made him a heroin addict in the 70s. And then he kind of started doing his own thing from there instead of just being a carbon copy Robin clone. And I really like here how it shows how it affected him, and he almost ends up more like Jason Todd than he ever did Dick Grayson, in the way that he kind of was changed by his experiences, and it's pretty neat. Pretty nifty. Next up for 50 cents as well, because this one's minorly defective, I got Justice League 29, and Cyborg teams up with the Metal Men in Forever Evil. Don't read this book unless I can pick up the issues cheap. This one was cheap. Really cool. I like how it's drawn, written, everything about it is really cool. Especially since I don't read it all that often. And the covers are always so cool on this. That was from Source for 50 cents. And here's my half-price bookstore one for $1 I picked up. Really cool cover. Cyborg, Superman, Batman. Of course, I pick these up whenever I can get them pretty cheap. I don't like paying too much for them. Especially since I don't collect this series. Next is one I actually just finished reading before I started this video. Teen Titans #1. Of course, this book was rebooted with the New 52, and was rebooted again since the New 52. And this and Deathstroke are the only two to have done that so far, to my knowledge, have come back. But this is a cool team. Unfortunately, they don't have... It's Beast Boy, Red Robin, Wonder Girl, Raven, and... what's his name? The purple guy. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm just drawing a blank right now. Pretty cool. Again, another Batman cover. It's going to be interesting to see. I miss Kid Flash, though. I don't know if he's going to appear in this series or not. But that was a really fun issue there. Next up, I picked up a few X-Factor books. These are really cool. It brings the original X-Men team back together, kind of like All New X-Men does. We got X-Factor #3. Pretty cool book. Nice little 80s charm. And the real reason I really like All New X-Men is because it brings back the original team in a very different scenario. This is an older version of the original team, while the other one brings literally back the original team. But I also got #4. Unsurprisingly, #5 was sold, probably from the rare case, because it is the first appearance of Apocalypse, if you didn't know that. #6 was also sold, and it goes to #7. Pretty cool book. I have a lot of X-Factor now, a decent amount. #8 looks like Blob, Mystique, the Crew. And then #10. All very cool books. And then moving on, we have All New X-Men. All New X-Men 27. Very cool. Kind of like the first book's cover. This is like the future X-Men. Like a Beast Wolverine crossover there. That's pretty neat. Then we have Iceman. So 27. This book never disappoints. It's so fantastic. I love it. Have every issue so far, which is surprising because they have a lot of issues now. They have a lot. 28. Or as of last time I've been to the comic store, I have all of them. Pretty sure I do have them all. 28. Angel, Iceman, the team. And then X-23 also sort of joined them, and Kitty Pryde sort of their leader. Pretty cool. And 29. With Angel on his motorbike. Motorcycle. I haven't read any of those three yet, but pretty cool. Another half-price bookstore find. This one, I don't think was. Yeah, this was from the other day when I went to Half Price. I went there twice, so half these books are from the previous time, half of them are from this time. This is Savage Hawkman #0. This is Rob Liefeld book. Haven't read this yet. Looks pretty cool anyways. I like picking up the 0 and 1s because the 0s are like the origins and garbage, and they're pretty nice little one-shots, especially as a little sampler of the DC universe. The new one. And then at Half Price Bookstore, the other one, not the one I got Savage Hawkman from, got Dollman #1. Pretty cool. Dollman and Phantom Lady. Two Golden Age heroes, if you didn't know, that were sort of revived for the New 52. #2 of 4. Pretty cool looking still. #3 of 4. And then I couldn't find 4 of 4 at Half Price Bookstore. Then I went to the local Magic card store in town that have some comics. And 4 of 4 was found there. This is the only one they had at the shop, 4 of 4. Other 3 were gone. Exact opposite of Half Price Bookstore. So, pretty nice. And I got all of those for $1. $1 a piece. Pretty nice. And then, the same store that had that Phantom Lady #4 has a lot of New 52 #1s. First print, I believe. We have Men of War #1, and this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a take on those World War II comics that were made in like the 50s and 60s and stuff, like Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Men of War, I believe, was actually a DC one. I'm not huge in the war comics, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Men of War was one. And this is more of a modern take on it. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure this got canceled after 6 issues. And this has Sergeant Rock on it. Looks like Joseph Rock. So Sergeant Rock, pretty sweet. Issue 1. Another issue 1 I picked up. Hawk and Dove. I don't know what I think about this. I haven't read it yet, but looks pretty sweet. I didn't pick up a whole ton of the #1s, because at the time I just kind of picked up Green Lantern books and Batman and Robin, and not a whole bunch more, so I didn't really pick up all that much in the way of New 52. I picked up Stormwatch, and these were all $1. This is cool because Martian Manhunter. I think this one was canceled, this series, but Martian Manhunter, so I had to pick it up. Static Shock is next. This one was canceled as well, I believe. Pretty sweet. #1, Green Lantern. I had this digitally, but yeah, pretty cool. This is when Sinestro was a Green Lantern for a while there. Pretty nice. And then I've got Justice League International #1. This was actually replaced with Justice League of America, and I believe Justice League of America was replaced with Justice League United. Maybe America and United are going, but I'm pretty sure not. Pretty cool, Justice League International. Is Batman actually on this team? It's pretty impressive. Batman really gets around. But Booster Gold's kind of the leader of this team. Kind of like Justice League Europe and shit. Pretty cool. So that's it for my new DC #1s. Moving on. I got Justice League of America #6. There was the plain one, and I was going to pick that up, and then I noticed this sketch one. I don't know if this is actually like a variant, like a rare variant, or if it was just a common one, but I got it for $1, so I don't know. Looks pretty neat. This is when Trinity War was happening. And this was also $1 from the store. Justice League. Forever Evil, so a few issues before the Cyborg one that I showed you earlier, I believe. But this one has Nightwing being tracked by the crime syndicate. You can see Ultraman there. I am really excited to read this one. I have a lot of New 52 Nightwing. Most things with Nightwing in it. If I saw Nightwing, I tried to collect it. New 52. I loved the Nightwing run at first. Started to go by the end. And, I don't know, I'm probably just not going to collect Grayson because I feel like it'll just piss me off. Alright, next off, Half Price Bookstore, Blackest Night Superman. I always pick up these Blackest Night issues when I see them. Sometimes I'll see them and I'll grab them and then I'll put them back down. I don't know, I haven't read a Blackest Night issue in a long time. I pick up a lot and then they go in my read stack. They kind of fall back. I was really into Blackest Night. Like, I probably read through 1 through 8. Probably at least 5 times each. And, like, for the first 4, when I was super into Blackest Night and super excited to see how it ended, I probably read those 20 times, close to. Like, I really got into Blackest Night. But since then, I've been finding it harder to read. Like, I used to not be a huge fan of New 52. That's why I didn't pick up a lot on the ground floor, which I kind of regret now. But, like, it's hard to read these now because a lot of it's, like, what's in continuity. It's a lot harder to care about these older issues. And that's the reason, like, 2009 DC was awesome, in my opinion. Like, that 2008, 9, 10 area. Pre-New 52 just had a lot of awesome shit going down. Blackest Night, that cool stuff. But it kind of all got thrown out the window after the New 52. And it makes it a lot harder to read, unfortunately. Because, you know, it's just means nothing now, pretty much. Whatever happens in there. So there's no tension. And that's why I don't enjoy it as much anymore, which is a shame about the new reboot. But next, Phantom Strain 0. I'm pretty sure Phantom Stranger started at 0, and then they did 1, 2, etc., and went on, if I'm not mistaken. I remember like 1 or 2 of them. I think Talon also started from 0. Maybe I'm mistaken, but Phantom Stranger, very cool, and a number 0, so I can kind of learn his New 52 whereabouts and beginnings. And finally, after all these issues, we got my final issue, which is Amazing Spider-Man number 619. Very cool color cover. I really like how everything's in black and white except Spider-Man and the blood. Makes it for a really cool cover that really pops out at you, and that's part of the reason I really had to have it. I like collecting Amazing Spider-Man too. I have a little bit of I have a chunk of that. It's my favorite Spider-Man series to collect for obvious reasons, but that is it. We have gotten through all of my new books. Yay. So it's been a while since I've done comic hauls. I've actually gotten a lot of books since I've last done a haul. Mostly I've just been lazy, but I don't know what I've showed you and what I haven't, so I don't want to go farther back. This is all stuff I have not shown you guys. But I will say this. I work a lot more now. Like, I work a lot. So I haven't had much time to make videos, because when I'm done with that, I usually hang out with friends and garbage, making it very hard to make videos and a lot of like figures and shit. I'm not willing to pay $25 for, especially since I have so many of them. Most of them are pre-52 because post-52, like I collected all these pre-52 figures, and I know if I buy like the new 52 figures, then I'm gonna have to rebuy the new 52 everything. So I haven't been buying a lot of figures in the way of DC. Marvel, on the other hand, have only been making movie figures in the way of Marvel Legends, which is a shame. And I have pretty much everyone I want that's not a movie figure. I do want the movie Black Widow. I might buy a movie Captain America pretty soon. I want the Superior Spider-Man. But I mean, I already have like 3 Spider-Mans, and to pay $20 for it's a little steep. However, I am thinking about buying the whole Guardians of the Galaxy thing, because I really do want Groot. I want Groot. So I'll probably buy those pretty soon. But for you figure fans who are completely mad at me for not buying any of those soon, don't worry about it. FallCon's headed up. The main reason I didn't have those videos is usually what I'll do is every 6 months I'll go to FallCon and I'll buy a whole bunch of them for $4 or $5, and that's how my collection grew so rapidly for a while. But I went to Wizard World and I was busy the day of SpringCon, so I was unable to make it, and that's why I haven't had any figures. And during FallCon was just didn't have much that interested me this year or last year, but this year, and I had very little money at the time, but this year I've been working a lot, so I have a ton of money that I want to spend a lot on figures. Just get back into that so I can get you guys some reviews out there. I did recently do the Mumm-Ra, so if you missed that and haven't been checking my channel lately, because obviously I haven't been making anything lately, you should definitely check that out. Pretty cool Thundercats Classics Mumm-Ra. Old figure, got it on clearance. Good deal. So check your Toys R Us for that. So that is it, guys. Comic hauls too. Most of the reason I haven't been doing those is because I've been picking up new books, and I haven't had a whole amount of time to go hunting lately. and I have a huge amount of backlog, which means I haven't been buying as much because I have a lot to read. But I also plan on starting to buy a lot more comics. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That is it. Also, again, pick up Awesome Mix Volume 1. Very cool. Guardians of the Galaxy CD. A lot of good jams. Very cool. Kind of own a, not really a kind of a piece of the movie, you know. Sort of cool, I think. Fun car music. Alright, well, I'm tired, so I'm gonna quit doing this. But I will see you guys quite soon. And also, what I was trying to get to, the point I was trying to get to, I forgot what I was getting at when I mentioned that I missed SpringCon. On top of the fact that I didn't get any figures there because I missed it, I wanted to say that FallCon's just 2 months away. So, in 2 months, I'm going to get a ton of stuff. Okay, I'm going to cut myself off here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.